So, I feel like I'm starting all over again. You know, I had these grand plans of, oh, what is in my mouth? I had these grand plans of, I'll go on TikTok and I'll document my progress in my art. But actually, I'm realizing more and more I don't like the feelings of receiving feedback or being perceived in a kind of instantaneous way where you can see the views or you can see the likes, and it's like your brain is cashing it in for currency. And I just think it's honestly not the best thing for me to do for my art. I'm really trying to get back into being less afraid of doing these things, because if I'm gonna be completely honest, more than just getting better, I think I'm more scared of my ambition. And I don't know, are videos better filmed this way? It's a learning process. We'll learn as we go. But I'm the type of person that, even with the seasonal change today, it's like beauty and misery, experiencing those two things equate to the same amount of pain in me. And I really don't understand it. It's, how can, it was warm out and the sun was warm and people were out, and the smell of the air was kind of, it was still city air, but it's had that new spring life in it. You could almost smell the earth and kind of everything thawing. And while it was so beautiful and incredible, kind of overwhelming in a way, it just ran me into the ground. It's like joy and beauty has constantly just had the same exact effect as their opposites that I experience. And I don't know, maybe my mission is, maybe what I'm trying to do is for once to be able to communicate everything fully. But I don't know, I feel like I'm so lost, and I know what I want, but I don't know how to get there. And then you get too caught up on the little details, like the networking of the art industry, or how to get this and this, and how to, I don't know, how to do it, and how to be successful, how to follow the algorithm, or how to follow in the footsteps of every other successful person. And I don't know, I think I got too caught up in that instead of just doing it. I really just have to be doing it. I'm eating chicken noodle soup with whisked in egg because I caught a cold. And honestly, I feel like I'm so proficient in certain areas, but never proficient enough to communicate exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm a decent writer. I can draw things. Maybe I'm a good painter. Maybe I sing well. But it's like all of these different languages, I'm not proficient in either one. All my ideas are fractured between different levels of proficiency between these creative kind of passions that exist within me, and I think I just find it really frustrating where I have so much to say and I don't know how to say it, and I have certain tools and I have some things within my grasp and I can make certain comments, but I can never fully write home what I'm feeling or what it's like to experience the world the way I do. I don't know, maybe it's not. It's just that feeling where you think there's something so big existing within you that you'd go crazy if no one else, if at least if not a single person were to understand that. I think that also underestimates people's ability to experience the same things that I do. Like, in my head, I'm so, oh, woe is me, I experience things a certain way. But, you know, we're not immune to our humanity. The same thoughts that occur in me are bound to occur in others. You know what I mean? And yet I feel so isolated in my experience. I'm gonna try to get back into reading and just digesting things that aren't media. I was sick, and so I was just really went down this loophole of, and this is why I'm sorry, but I hate TikTok and Instagram, because I go on there and it's like all my goals go out of my head, and all of a sudden, oh, I wish I was this person who drove that car and did all this and this. And it's just, when I'm not on TikTok, I actually quite am satisfied with everything that's in front of me, and I'm not wishing for more. I mean, sure, I have ambitions for my future, but I'm not lounging on my couch loathing this stranger for the life they live. And I don't know, I think I'm just really sensitive to everything. I'm a very sensitive person, and I'm a control freak. And when I get on TikTok or social media, I don't like the person I become. Because even my TikToks that I was trying to just do progress vlogs, I was seeing myself put on an act. And I was thinking, do influencers realize this as they go more and more and more, that the voice they use on their feed isn't actually who they are? And they have to fight the two coexisting voices in their heads, and the performance that comes with being in the public eye is, ooh. I mean, I was thinking all the way down to my Instagram feed, oh, what if a gallery person or whatever sees this and doesn't like my views on such and such? And it's just, I kind of want to live an untethered life in a way. Like, you just kind of break out. I just want to be able to break out on my own somehow. Who says I'm not going to be successful doing it my way? Well, all the doubtful voices in my head do. But that's a different thing. So I got my sketchbook out because I was going to draw what it feels like to eat a kitkat, just as a drawing exercise. Because while I really value the academic side of the things that I'm teaching myself, like Brigman anatomy and Charles Barg plates, I think in such a fast, giving yourself those foundations are great, but studying them to the extent of creative exhaustion, maybe not. The world moves quickly, and I want to express things as fast as I can. So yeah, knowing proportions is important, but I don't know, there's something about the primal kind of joy that comes with just drawing, putting down colors, not expecting anything. And I think I've lost that in a lot of my studying, because every study, all the paint I put down is burdened by my own ego and my own ambitions and dreams. And in my mind, the whole time I'm painting, it's just, not the whole time, but I'll catch myself a lot thinking, oh, this has to be great. This has to be the one. It's like, no, just try and enjoy this, please. Try and be in the moment. Try and feel it. I'm not saying ambition is bad. I think my ambition can sometimes get ahead of itself. I get the same amount of dopamine rush from imagining the greatness of a painting that I don't even start it, which is a problem, you know? That's the problem I'm facing with this self-portrait that I'm trying to do. I guess this video, I hope, will be on a montage, but I think I'll start with documenting my process with the self-portrait. My mom would always make Lipton chicken noodle soup when we were sick, because she said the sodium and the electrolytes and the sodium were good for you. I don't even know if that's true, but look at me now. It's my home remedy in my big age. That's another thing, right? When I'm on social media, all of a sudden my brain gets clouded and my dreams seem, it makes it harder to dream because you see how everything that's out there. And so all these doubts just keep creeping in your mind, where really dreaming is probably the freest, least burdensome thing you could do. I mean, if you're gonna dream, I may as well dream big, right? Why dream of reality? But dreams carry this sort of, especially into adulthood, I feel reality does a good job of stealing your ability to believe in your dreams, and then your ability, and therefore consequently your ability to act on them or try. And I'm really trying to fight that voice. I'm really trying to at least try, at least go for it. I mean, if I try as hard as I can and get nowhere, I mean, I guess that happens, but part of me doesn't believe that, no, that's not right. Part of me believes that I'm destined for something great, and maybe not great in the way that society always measures greatness. Maybe great is just being able to live off of the paintings I make, or being able to just, I don't know, greatness comes in all shapes and forms. So I've always felt I was destined to do something great, and maybe that's just because before I'm an artist, I'm a really deep thinker, and I can't help but feel there's so much I have to say about the world, and maybe no one cares about what I have to say, and maybe none of it's important, but you know, it's my life coping with coexistence. Will any of this make sense when I watch it back? I don't know. Yeah, I definitely want to start reading more history books in the library. Reading more books in general. I think, you know, I don't know where you find inspiration, but in general, I think it's all around you if you just open your eyes. Like, the Kit Kat idea came from this Kit Kat being on my table. Will what I start out to do is the idea to draw what it tastes like to eat a Kit Kat? Yes. Will it end up looking anything like that? Probably not. That's kind of the beauty of letting yourself dive into something that you're not sure will work, or I don't know. I'm never mindlessly doing my art. I think about almost nearly every minute detail, which I think I need to give up a little every now and again, because it just paralyzes me from putting anything on paper. Also, it's literally 10:21. I think I need to do this very quickly, because I have class tomorrow at 9:30. And I never thought I'd say this, but while I do love what I'm doing, that is going to fine art school, I forgot how much I still hate school as an institution. And just in general, I feel I come off as very arrogant and cold. And I don't know if those perceptions are correct. They're just the perceptions I have of myself. That's why I hate being enclosed within those four walls. I'm forced to just I don't know. I'm forced to come off as a certain way to other people in a way that I don't feel that I am. But you can't escape that in any walk of life. I mean, if I truly wanted to avoid being seen as anything but I am, I'd have to be a hermit. I think that's not great. And I'm looking at these semi-hard pastels because they're just the easiest thing to handle if you want a little color. But what do I think about when I think about a Kit Kat? Actually, I'm thinking about this video I watched on Basquiat, and now I just want to draw kind of what maybe an old Roman belt buckle looked like, because that was in one of his paintings, and he said he got the idea basically. What makes a belt buckle? The thing goes through the loop. He got the idea basically reading his five pages on the Roman Empire. I don't know, which is so funny because last summer I was studying the Roman Empire. I was reading about it. It's so funny. Well, the massacres weren't funny, but just the eccentricness of these characters were hilarious in some ways. Now I'm trying to remember what a belt buckle looks like. I mean, it goes over and or something like that. And then there's the thing that holds it in place. That doesn't look like a belt buckle. That's okay. I was also thinking how modern chickens that we know now, they come from, their scientific name is Gallus domesticus, and they come from, they're evolved from the red fowl, the red something fowl, which was just the Gallus. And you have to think, I mean, what do scientists know about these chickens that we don't know, that their government name has to be repeated twice? That's why scientific names are so funny. And then, oh yeah, I was going down memory lane for the self-portrait about all the things that I used to like as a kid. And so I was seeing these dinosaurs for the first time in a long time again, because, well, that does not look like the dinosaur I'm thinking of. Well, yeah, so anyways. See, that's what I mean. Drawing can be fun. I think I just need to bring back how drawing is fun. And doesn't have to be good. So many great ideas I find, at least of my own, are either mistakes or they're developed on other ideas that weren't great. It's all about your tolerance to endure being bad at something, which I have none, because I always want to just be great right off the bat, and that leaves me with, well, just not trying a lot of things, which is not great on my part. There's a guitar there. I went through a small guitar phase, but because I was inspired by seeing good guitar players and thinking, I'll just pick up a guitar and I'll be great. Lo and behold, I wasn't great. I actually took work, and then, I don't know, it just fell through the cracks. And then in class, we were also talking about how maps don't actually have to be sensical. Kind of how maps can be symbolic. And so I'm gonna do Salvatore Dali like clock. There can all, oh wait, 11, 12, 1, oh, I fixed it. 2, 3, choo 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 choo. Evolution. That was supposed to be an arrow, but it doesn't look like it's going backwards. The jungle fowl. The red jungle fowl? No, maybe that's not it. Maybe it's enough that I can be proud of myself for nurturing my curiosity. Oh, and then also there's this story about how barber shops used to the swirly things, the red, blue, and white, were because at barber shops you could get all these other kind of small procedures like bloodletting, something else, and something else, and that's what the colors represent. I don't really remember the order. is it enough that it's a signifier that you can kind of tell what this is? See, drawing, oh, just gonna wipe my hands off there. Drawing, I feel like I just saw something in the screen. Oh, I'm scared. Drawing is all about initially finding ways to represent things, and it's kind of carpentry in a way. And you forget that drawing is all about trying to convey an idea and figuring it out. Like if I was gonna try and draw this idea for a cloud car, well, I'll draw a cloud. I'll give it windows. And then I'll do a certain kind of other diagram. What kind of windows? Maybe the windows are up in the cloud places. And now it kind of looks like a toe. That's until I add the wheels. And maybe because it's a cloud, the wheels can all be squishy. And then you don't need doors because it's a cloud. You can walk into it. But it has windows. Okay, let's draft an idea for what the steering wheel looks like then, because if the wheels are just they just kind of toot around, they go round and round, and they're boing, they're kind of squishy. How do you do the whole? That's what also interests me, is how they can do these lines that can so clearly represent something squishy. Action lines, I guess. Those always interested me, especially in webtoons as well. I don't know what that's supposed to be anymore. This idea for a cloud car is not going too well. Or, you know, there's an axle. I don't actually know how cars usually work. Let's say there are big wheels there. I like how broken dotted lines can represent kind of, kind of this blueprint vibe. They represent something not being there, but plans for being there, right? Well, at least in my mind. So I have my cloud car. Now what else have I thought about lately? Oh, I'm reading The Master and Margarita, so I'm trying to picture what the master looks like. I know the physical description, but honestly, I just see this kind of guy with 3 hairs that looks like he's going insane. Oh, that just looks like a ghost. Little potato head looking. And because he's in a psych ward, he just has a little gown. And he also has keys because he stole them from the nurses. That's how he gets around. And then this big cat, this big talking cat seems so scary. I mean, if I was, how do you draw a cat? That is horrifying. I actually think the cat in this story is a bit more grumpy. So I don't know why I've given him such a... This is horrendous. But when you're introduced to him, the big cat has, he's eating olives, I think. Or he has a fork in his hand. And on it is an olive, but how do you make sure someone knows? Okay, that looks like an olive. And what else is scary about this cat? Eating an olive. Ugh, this isn't the image I have of the cat, though. I've done a horrible job of bringing him justice. Maybe he's tiptoeing. That's so scary. Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares about this cat. He's definitely not looking like this in my head. He looks more... whatever. And then there's this guy with a pince-nez, which I don't know if people know what that is, but it's a cracked pince-nez. It's broken, and he's the assassin, and he's also dramatic and creepy. And I think he wears a top hat. I have given him baby arms. I don't know why. Maybe I should give him a knife because he's the assassin of the group. I mean, how does someone come up with this type of story? Only someone very ill at the height of... what was it? What was happening in Moscow in the whatever it was. A lot of great writing came out at that time. Okay, what else? I mean, this is more drawing than I've done in a week. Which is sad to say. But I'm trying not to... Believe it or not, I'm learning that being super cruel to yourself after you mess up may not be the most productive way to go about things. As if it's just, oh, I wasted an hour scrolling on my phone. I hate myself. I hate life. Everything's lost. I can't do any of this. This is my inner monologue, by the way. It's not really useful to setting yourself up for success for the rest of the day. Instead, you're just kind of wallowing in it. But it's a balance of not being too kind to yourself where you get too lax. I just thought of a chill pill. What would a chill pill do, though? In my humble opinion, a chill pill? That looks like an Easter egg. I don't know, maybe it has healing properties. And then if someone eats it, and say it goes down their digestive tract, this looks like a snake guy. He'll just be Hmm. Lying on a pillow, sleeping. I don't know where the rest of his body is. Maybe it's under a blanket. Okay, that's what we're doing. Also, my nail clippers have disappeared on me. My nails are getting... My nails grow at uneven paces. But more than that, I just hate that when they... I just... When they're semi-long... Okay, this isn't really long. But it's enough that you can get stuff stuck under them. Like paint. And then I don't like the look of stuff under my fingernails. That just reminded me of dirt. And when you're a kid playing with a stick in dirt. And I really have a bad headache. So how would I illustrate my headache? What does a headache feel like? It feels like your brain's gonna explode. At least that's what my headaches feel like. Maybe, I don't know why I give these people just little dots of hair. And that just brings me back to how amazed I am by Studio Ghibli. It has that little mouse character, the cute chubby cheeks. And it also has that little mosquito guy. And it also has, okay, well, what are they? Are they holding hands? Yes, they're holding hands. And the little mouse guy is smoking a cigar. With his hand in his skin suit pocket. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to draw what it's like to eat a Kit Kat. Okay, well, what's it like to eat a Kit Kat? Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. It's kind of crunchy. So how do you, when I think of crunch, I just think of really pointy lines. And then obviously it breaks, but how do you do the lines for something breaking? Is it? Instead these just look like hands, but they're Kit Kats. But now I just drew a Kit Kat, not what it's like to eat one. Maybe it's all in the angle. do that action. Nope. Okay, well, haven't figured that one out yet. Nimri tada. Oh yeah, gelatin. I had to make something out of gelatin. Using gelatin. I remember that gelatin is bone marrow. And there's this kind of vivid image I have of what the marrow of a bone looks like, but actually what I drew was wrong. Yeah, it's kind of... And maybe I'm extracting it from the cat. Because believe it or not, I studied anatomy for a little bit. That doesn't look like a shoulder bone though. I actually have no idea. But we extracted the bone marrow from the cat. And because he's a nurse. Oh, this is absurd. This makes no sense. Okay, fun days are allowed. Fun days where it really seems unbeneficial in every way is allowed. I'm trying to convince myself that I can be bad. Being bad doesn't mean you're any farther away from being able to realize your dreams. If anything, it means you're just giving yourself more space and knowledge of where you can go off from that. I don't know if I illustrated that properly, but I mean, once you get good at something, I feel like in the eyes of the world, it really does revoke your ability to try out new things and be bad at them. I want to try out so many different things and be bad at them, but obviously eventually good. I just think growth happens in the worst parts, unfortunately. At least that's what I've experienced. Ugh, now I'm thinking about swimming. I used to be a competitive swimmer. Yep, with those swim caps and goggles. And I don't know, I still can't get in the water. Not like I can't swim. I just don't like getting in pools or water anymore. Because yes, I'm sensitive and dramatic. There's nothing wrong with that. But now his eyes look like olives. Of course. Also, this is horrifying. This is a horrifying page of my sketchbook. But now this potato guy that I was trying to illustrate from the Master and Margarita just makes me want to, for some reason, make a Pringle with sunglasses, sitting on a lounge chair with an umbrella. At the beach, maybe with sand castles. He's pensive. My potato chip is pensive. He's not too glad to be at the beach. Now it just looks like a Pringles can. Pring. Maybe he's actually a lifeguard. But he's a bad one. Because he's wearing the lifeguard thing on his head. And then other potato chips are drowning. That doesn't look like a potato chip drowning. How would it? I need some splashing water. Ugh, none of those look like potato chips drowning. It's unfortunate, but I'm also tired. Man, it's just once I'd like to be able to realize something from my head accurately. I mean, that's not the cat I wanted to draw. That's the cat that came out. For some reason, this dinosaur is reminding me of the Flintstones, so he's gonna be eating a big drumstick. Which is really rude because right next to him is the chicken, or should I say Gallus domesticus. Were frogs around then? And when did this dinosaur exist? And maybe I'll do a shrimp cocktail. I mean, I don't even know how to draw a shrimp. How do you draw a shrimp? That is an uncooked shrimp. I don't know. Kind of looks like a shrimp. What is it that gives it the shrimp vibes? Scales? Or a shrimp drinking a cocktail. That's funny. Shrimp drinking a martini, actually. Meeting this other shrimp. Or maybe he's not meeting another shrimp. What's in a martini? Oh yeah, you're meeting an olive. Oh, gin? Yeah, okay. Wait. Did I just write the Korean spelling for gin? Yes. On the gin bottle. Bottle of gin and a shrimp. Shrimp's having a cocktail with a bottle of gin. To be precise, a shrimp is having a martini with a bottle of gin. And they're on a cloud because martini was shaken. Reminds me of Shark Tale, actually. That's the thing I remember most about Shark Tale. Oh, brother dying. That was sad. Wow. My ability to draw from... that looks like a seal. My ability to draw from my imagination is not great. Okay, well, here lies Lenny. Lenny. And there's bits of seaweed because it's underwater. Nobody loved me when I was nobody. I loved you when you were nobody. Is that the dialogue? Sometimes I think I could be an actress, but then I realize I can't take anything seriously. Well, no, unless I was playing a character exactly like myself, I could not. But sometimes I do just want to, I wish there was a career day where you could go into different places and they just teach you the ropes of certain things, or teach you what it's like to be on a day, an actor for a day, or a producer for a day, or being on set for a day. That'd be cool, just trying out shit. That looks like Lemmy, so I'm gonna draw a big lemon. A lemon that looks like Stewie. How do you do a sour face? That doesn't look like a lemon now, that looks like a person. Okay, I think that's ample enough. Those are counterproductive words. I think that's an ample amount of sketching. Will I show you this? No. It's my little secret. That's it for today.